Aussie larrikin who fleeced a major bank of more than $1.5 million, living the life of a high roller. Lavish dining, private jets, expensive gifts for friends, and it didn't cost him 1 cent. David Richardson with the story and what happened when he eventually turned himself in.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
A lot of it's blur, I guess. That's probably the first thing that comes to mind. I was just interested in having a good time and drinking some nice wine and, meeting some nice people and just enjoying things, really.
Enjoying things is the understatement of the year. Dan Saunders lived the life of a high roller, spent more than $1.5 million in just over 4 months on someone else's money.
The decisions I made during those 4.5 months probably, weren't the decisions that I'd make without, finding some crazy ATM loophole.
This story begins in rural Victoria in the town of Wangaratta. Dan Saunders was working at a local pub pulling beers when one night he went to the hotel ATM, a National Australia Bank machine, to withdraw money, but didn't have any. So he transferred cash from his MasterCard to his savings account, and that's when he discovered a glitch.
I came up on the screen, transaction cancelled, but it worked, and the money was there. So then I got the 200 out and thought nothing of it. I just transferred money from credit card. Curiosity got the better of me, and I walked past the ATM again. And I was like, well, I wonder if you can do that for another 200 or another 500 or another 600.
He couldn't believe it when the money kept coming out but not appearing on his credit card statements as ever occurring. He couldn't resist.
I'm transferring money from my credit card to my savings account, and it's just spitting the card back out and saying transaction cancelled. But you go in and check the balance again of the savings account and the money's there.
Before Dan knew it, he was rolling in money and shopping at the ritziest and most expensive stores in the country. He could afford anything he wanted.
I think I'd spent, $20,000 in the first couple of weeks.
You were basically attached to a money tree.
Well, yeah.
And I was taking out whatever you wanted when you wanted.
Shaking the branches every day and just saying, hey, look, what do you want to do today?
I want money.
From cattle class to first class became Dan's norm. He even splashed out $90,000 on a private jet to fly to an isolated Asian island for the weekend, away with friends.
It's a pretty addictive thing to make sort of money appear from nowhere and be able to spend it.
Did you live every day looking over your shoulder?
I did, to a degree. I think the money and just the general good time made it sort of bearable, but I always knew that someone would come or something would happen, so it was quite baffling when they actually didn't come.
Then as quickly as he started, Dan Saunders says he just stopped. Cold. But would he stay and cop the punishment?
At the end of it all, I had to realise, I had to say to myself, am I the international criminal who's just going to transfer the money away and never be seen again? And that's when I stopped doing it, because that's when I sort of asked myself that question, are you going to be that person? And the answer was no.
Eventually, the law did catch up with Dan Saunders, but only after he outed himself, telling the NAB and 2 newspapers what he'd done. He was charged with obtaining money by deception, $1.6 million all up, and sentenced to a year in jail. Now out of jail, Dan's back working in a restaurant on $22 an hour, a far cry from the high life he lived on the NAB's money. Now those same expensive stores he once frequented are merely points for window shopping, and despite his time behind bars, Dan has no regrets at all.
The only thing that was thought of was a good time, because I thought it was going to end every day anyway. I didn't realise it was going to get up to millions of dollars or do anything like that. I thought it'd end after 1 week. I didn't think it'd end after, 4.5 months.
And $1.6 million later?
Yeah, I didn't know.